All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So I was perusing the internet today and I saw this video from Colin Cowherd, someone I respect his hustle, respect his come up in the business, and he said this about the Lakers.
Takeaway from that win was not the win, it was LeBron limping out of the tunnel. And I challenged Laker fans. Give me the last 3-week stretch with LeBron and AD when one of them wasn't on the floor writhing in pain, had to leave a game early, or wasn't limping out of the tunnel. The fanboys were beside themselves. You can't remember it. It just doesn't happen anymore. And now we know this morning LeBron's going to be out several weeks. And as I often say, barring an injury, I thought the Lakers could be a playoff team. This has the potential to eliminate that. And I preached this yesterday. This is the new reality. And this injury now provides more clarity. For the 39th time, you got to move off LeBron and Anthony Davis, the duo. Probably keep LeBron, move off AD. I could argue this morning that LeBron's injury, let's say he misses 8 to 9 games, and let's say AD falls again. We don't want any bad things to happen to AD, but he misses a couple of games and they miss the playoffs is not a terrible thing. It would create an ice bath, a shocking, alarming reality. The franchise needs it. You know, there's an old saying, it's one of my favorites. You can look into your past, don't stare at it. The Lakers do a lot of staring at the banners and at their past. And at their very best, they were connected to Hollywood. Jerry Buss and Showtime. Fun and flashy and magic and titles and glitzy and blockbusters. And they're very much still currently connected to Hollywood. Knockoffs, reboots, and nobody watches the Oscars. LeBron AD, the original, is good. It filled the theaters, but LeBron 82, LeBron 83, LeBron 84. I'll say it again. My takeaway on the Dallas win, and I said it yesterday, was LeBron limping out of the tunnel. He then shared, appears to be a clinic or a hospital.
Now, I'll play a little bit more of it a little bit towards the end, but essentially he's saying that the Lakers should break up and they should trade Anthony Davis, that they've constantly gotten hurt since their first title, and it's just time to make a change, and the fanboys just don't see this. And my retort, and he brought up a old idiom about you can look at your past but don't stare at it. And the quote that I would say in this situation is, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So if you trade AD, what exactly are you trading him for? Tell me the player that fits better. Tell me if you're going to get fair value from him. You see, Colin Cowherd, what he got from their loss versus Dallas was LeBron's injury. What I got from their loss versus Dallas is that when this team is healthy, they're pretty good. And two, the hug with Kyrie and LeBron at the end. They want this reunion to happen, these two guys. And the hug at the end is very key because Dallas has been struggling with Kyrie. It hasn't really worked. Defensively, they're struggling. It hasn't really made sense. If Dallas flames out, they lose in the first round, are they really going to give Kyrie a max contract? I think not. So then you put LeBron, AD, Kyrie, you have something cooking. Patience is a virtue. That's another one. You have to be patient. It's not always green on the other side. Can we get a better player, a better deal than what we have currently? No. So why would you do the trade? And a sneaky thing, the cherry on top that I promised in the title, the sneaky thing that people have to watch out for is, if the Lakers don't make the playoffs this year, it doesn't look like the Pelicans are going to make the playoffs this year either. Remember, this year's draft pick is going to be a swap, right? And when the Pelicans were on the top of the West, that seemed terrible. But right now, the Pelicans are on a massive losing streak. It just came out today that Jose Alvarado is going to miss 2 to 3 weeks. He's one of their emotional leaders on their team. Grand Theft Alvarado. He's part of their heart and soul of the way that they play on that team. So if he misses time, Zion's still not back, you could be looking at a situation where the Lakers don't make the playoffs, but the Pelicans don't make the playoffs either. And they're right about the same. And it's a Spider-Man meme. You guys are pointing at each other with the picks. It's the same thing. Your pick is mine. Right? So imagine that the Lakers go into this offseason, they don't make the playoffs, Kyrie wants to come, and the Lakers have a lottery pick. That's a quick reload. So I love Colin Cowherd. I like what he's doing, but on this one, he couldn't be more wrong. Like, you don't do that. I mean, hey, the LeBron AD 1, 2, and 3 and 4 might not be bad, but 5 might be the one that revitalizes the franchise. You know what I'm saying? That's like Fast and Furious. They had Tokyo Drift. If you remember Fast and Furious, they did Tokyo Drift. It didn't do nothing. Then they revitalized it. They brought The Rock in. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you keep things going. So let me know what you think. Go ahead and leave a comment. Subscribe. The game is the game.